Good afternoon folks, and I'm Phil from Clearwater Airsoft here at Stormforce in Rugeley in the West Midlands. Just doing a little bit of a test. On my page recently I started talking about if there's much variation between BBs of the same weight. So I've been very lucky, I've got some Devil Blaster BBs from ASG, some Airsoft Surgeon Precision BBs and some Draft Club, all .28. So what we're going to do today is we've got a target set up on the range and we're just going to see which of the three really performs the best. All of them will be done using this, which is a KWA ERG, firing at about 348 FPS with a .2, so roughly 290, 295 with the 2.8. It's all set up, the sight's dialed in, so let's get started. So this is the first test. Going to do it from a kneeling position with a gun rest. I've got a PTS EPM mag, which is for the ERG. The ERG rifle is doing about 348 FPS, 346 with a .2. This mag is loaded with ASG Devil Blaster .28, and we're going to see if there is much difference between the 2.8 BBs on the market today. Right, let's get shooting. Okay, we'll start with a few semi. There we go, full mag, 120 rounds. That sounded like a good portion of them hit the target as well. Right, so Tom, you were down at the business end.
I was getting...
And it sounded like there was an awful lot of hits. I mean, yeah, I don't know, it's
I can't.
shredded.
There's doubles and triples and all sorts down here.
Yeah, I mean, it's gone straight
and
through.
there were loads of hits on the cardboard as well that bounced off.
But, you know, if you're aiming at a person at 20 metres, that's the sort of size target you're going to be going for, and
yeah,
I think it's fair to say that it's in excess of 70% hit there.
Easily.
Definitely.
And on singles you were hitting as well.
Yeah, it did sound...
Much more consistent on single shot.
It did sound good.
It's really good.
You hear the BB going and thwack as it hit. I like that. Thank you very much for your help, Tom. I really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
Fresh unopened bag of precision grade 6mm BB pellets. .28. Thank you very much to Red Wolf Airsoft in the UK for sending these to me to try. We'll use the same gun, same magazine, try and keep things as consistent as possible. Just wish I'd got my mechanics high dexterity gloves, but we all know what happened to them. This is just a PTS EPM mag. Made for the ERG, so it will fire every last BB. I've got it set to 120 rounds. Got to say, these feel different in the speed loader. Pushing them in, they feel a lot.
Bit of polish or...
There's a lot more resistance. There we go. 120 rounds, all set.
So back at the 22 metre range with the Airsoft Surgeon .28 gram BBs. Hi. 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 Hit. Hit. Hi. One hit so far. Not better.
There we go.
Yeah, so we've got
easily 30, 40 hits. I mean, it's shredded the targets at the top.
35 hits.
So that's, you know, 25%.
Yeah, you were more accurate on automatic for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure why, but it just seemed to work.
It was like that with the DAS, if you remember.
It was, yeah.
For some
more
reason.
consistent between shots.
Yeah.
When it was just turning over.
Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, at least 15.
Yeah, and that's just within the kind of A ring almost.
Yeah.
Within the scoring ring.
So that's not bad at all.
That's pretty impressive.
It is. Brilliant. Right, draft club next. See how it goes. Okay, so final test I have here in the most dodgy of fashions. I was sent by one of my page followers, thank you Mark, a bag of .28 draft club BBs. So these are quite new to airsoft really. They've not been around anywhere near as long as ASG or Airsoft Surgeon. So I've got enough here to see if they're actually any good. Same as before, same magazine, same gun, same awful shooter. We'll see if the BBs can make a difference. Sorry for wasting so many BBs, but I'm not taking my gloves off. It's a cold January morning. So far, I would say that the blasters were the easiest to load. I mean, you can see these, they're not, without a shake, really flowing into the feed tube, and they feel quite, I mean it's at the end now, but there we go. They do feel less smooth. So I've never used these BBs before. In fact, for the last 6 or 7 years I've used exclusively the ASG Blaster 0.25s. And the reason that I'm doing this, I was given a couple of bottles of Blaster 2.8s and noticed quite a significant increase in both range and consistency in shot placement. So I wanted to see, before I make a bulk purchase of BBs, which ones are actually worth buying. So we'll do the draft club now, a few single. Now these ones don't seem to feed very well, which is quite surprising. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of dry fire with this.
Hit. Hit. Hit.
Okay, I'm not really that impressed so far. I've probably had more dry fires than I've had in absolute years. I'm going to go on full auto, see if that can shake things up a bit. Okay, I'm stopping that there because I'm not really keen on these BBs at all. I'm not putting them through my gun. So even with the retainer pulled back, they're not leaping out. Yeah. I'm not risking damaging my gun anymore. They're not coming out. But that was quite interesting.
So yeah, you weren't feeding very well.
It wasn't feeding very well at all.
When they fired, they were, as you can see,
there's some good shot placement.
pretty accurate, but yeah. You just can't have a gun that...
You can't not know when you pull the trigger that the BB's going to come out or not.
And we probably need to stress that every gun's different, every hop supplement's different, every mag is different. So what we find may not be what you find.
Yeah.
But
partly this test was out of my own interest, and I've also run out of BBs, so I was looking for some BBs to do a bulk purchase of. So this is a pretty bog standard ERG AEG. It's got a Promi purple.
Okay, so change the bucking. Right.
Yeah, and I haven't touched the hop for any of these tests, so it's been exactly the same setup.
Yeah.
Exactly the same mag. Everything's been the same for all 3 of the firing tests.
Yeah.
So I think we've discovered that on this day in history, with this gun and that magazine and this shooter, Blasters, Devil Blasters,
SG Devil Blasters, my favourite.
seem to have really come out on top. I'd say it's probably a pretty close second.
Pretty close with the Airsoft Surgeons.
Airsoft Surgeon, and I'm afraid I shan't be buying any Draft Club.
Sorry guys.
Sorry, they just didn't seem to like this
could
gun
just be a bad
at
batch,
all.
or might just not like that gun.
But we've all had BBs that, you know, certain guns like more than others. It's the same as real SEAL shooting. So, you know, just pick your ammo, do some tests yourself, see what you think. Would you consider switching to a heavier BB? So you know, pay a bit more, but you, in theory, should hopefully have to shoot a bit less to get those hits to count. I've been Phil, and this is
Tom Anvil Hibbard,
and you've been watching Clearwater Airsoft. Thank you very much.